Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. Let's take a look at your headlines on this Wednesday afternoon. A suspect arrested for the murder of an American Idol executive. Plus, a contractor chosen to begin some development in Bayou La Batre at a dock there. What's coming their way? Plus, free sand being given out in Northwest Florida ahead of possible tropical weather. That and more on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. I'm Devin Walsh. Glad to be with you on this Wednesday afternoon. Hope your day is going well so far. Of course, we have been watching our weather. Caroline was telling us at noon about a weather system that is skirting across Florida now, about to enter the Gulf. That should bring us quite a bit of rain over the next few days. She said we're not calling it a depression. We are not calling it a tropical storm at this point, but we know we're getting a lot of rain from it, so just be prepared for that in the next few days. And if you live in Northwest Florida and you want to get some sand for sandbags, I'm going to tell you in just a few minutes what locations where you can actually do that. But first, we want to get to our other big stories today. Beginning with number 5, police in Los Angeles have arrested a suspect in the murder of a top executive at American Idol. Officials believe a 22-year-old man who has not been identified killed Robin Kay and her husband at her home. Kay was the music supervisor for the long-running TV franchise. Number 4, Alabama lawmakers looking at removing candy and soda from the list of items that could be bought using SNAP benefits. Under State Senator Arthur Orr's proposed bill, the Department of Human Resources would have to sign a waiver with the federal government to ban the items from the SNAP list. The bill has not yet been filed for the legislative session. Number 3, a contractor has been picked to begin work on redeveloping the city docks in Bayou La Batre. The Mobile County Commission gave the more than $24 million contract to Ben Ratcliffe Contractors. Improvements include a seafood marketplace, full-service marina, and a new boat launch. Work on the docks will take about 2 years to finish. Number 2, a celebration held today for the latest expansion project at the wharf in Orange Beach. A ribbon cutting was held this morning for the new 59,000 square foot development known as Portside on Main. The expansion includes more retail and entertainment space. Businesses like Alabama Sweet Tea Company, Crave Cookies, and Little Sunshine by the Sea are already operating in this new development. More stores and businesses are expected to be added. And number 1, county leaders in Northwest Florida gearing up for potential impacts from a tropical system. Sand is available at 8 locations in Escambia County and several locations in Santa Rosa County. I'm just going to give you a couple of them here. In Escambia County, you can get sand at Bars Field Athletic Park, Brent Athletic Park, Don Sutton Park, and the Equestrian Center. Or if you're in Escambia County, you can fill up at Tiger Point Park, Pace Fire Rescue, the corner of Leisure Street and Citrus Drive, and the corner of Pine Forest Road and Carroll Road. Now, there are a few other locations, and you can go to WKRG.com, look for those. If you don't see them on the front page, you should, but if you don't, go to the Northwest Florida section and you will find those locations. But hopefully you're not going to need the sandbags, but we could get quite a bit of rain out of the system beginning tomorrow, so just keep that in mind. Okay, everybody, it's time for our question of the day, and this has to do with if you were going to evacuate because of a hurricane, what would you take with you? So if you were going to be evacuating for a hurricane, what's the first thing you're grabbing? Just wonder, and hopefully you won't have to grab anything because you will have enough time to prepare if you are going to be evacuating. But let's just say you're grabbing something, or you're getting something. What's the first thing you would take with you? Callie says she already has a bag packed of all the stuff she would need. Cash, important papers, and pets, says Diane. The keys to my Jeep. A beer because we ain't going nowhere, says Joey. Cash and passport. Important documents and my guitar. Bill says documents, phone, keys, wallet, glasses, booze, and a box of Cuban cigars. Oh, and my wife. Let's see. Connie says she keeps all of her important documents at work. Lessons learned from a house fire. I don't evacuate. I pack to stay at work. Tina says her hurricane kit that she prepares in advance along with her family's go bags and pets. My dog, her food, important documents such as birth certificates, phone and charger, and of course the man in my life. Okay, well, most of you have your priorities straight there on what you would take. But again, hopefully you would not have to evacuate quickly. But sometimes you think, well, I'm going to stay, and then the storm gets worse and it makes a turn. Sometimes, it can jog at the very end, and I can see how you might say you weren't going to evacuate, but then you decide to evacuate, and then maybe you do need to grab some things. But it just gets your mind thinking about, okay, if I am going to have to evacuate, what exactly do I need? And maybe kind of have that ready just in case you need to evacuate. All right, let's get to our poll of the day. This has to do with Alabama's tax-free weekend. It is coming up, folks, starting Friday through Sunday. You can get school supplies tax-free, or at least state tax-free. In fact, some cities are also eliminating their tax as well. So will you take advantage of the tax-free weekend? Yes or no? You can go to tell us whether you're going to or not. And if you would like to participate in our poll or our question of the day, go to WKRG.com or WKRG's Facebook page, and we hope that all of you will participate. Okie dokie, everybody. That's going to do it for me for News 5 Now. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you back for WKRG News 5 at 5 o'clock. Have a nice afternoon.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.